Benny, exciting news. We've got some bonus wealth creation tips for the CFOs out there to help them.
Bonus.
It's a great word, isn't it?
I'm going to say it again. Bonus.
And we've got some bonus tips for you to help accelerate your financial future so you can be large in your
Not
charge
donor. Bonus.
of your fantastic life.
Very large.
Now, the first one is the cash age percentage rule. Can you tell the guys about that, Benny?
Yeah, I first came across the cash age percentage rule in a book called Why We Want You to Be Rich by a couple of guys who've done all right for themselves financially, Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki. You may have heard of them. Check out their books, they're pretty cool. So the cash age percentage rule is once again just a system how to look after your asset position as you get older to protect you from big fluctuations. So for example, a few years back we had the global financial crisis, which really caused a lot of challenges. I know I got smashed in it financially. So did many of my friends and so did many people. So this is something to protect you from big fluctuations in property, share market, and in the overall economic landscape. So all it means, and I'm going to use an example, let's say I'm 50 years of age and I have a net asset position of $1 million, meaning if we looked at everything I own of value, all my assets, and I was to sell them, and I had a look at everything that I owe, and I was to pay off those, I was left with $1 million. So my net worth, my net asset position is $1 million. If I'm 50 years old, we just go, well, 50 years old, 50%. 50% of 1 million, which is my overall asset, net asset position, is $500,000. So the cash age percentage rule, if I was to follow it, would say, okay, take 500,000, like adjust your asset position, your assets that you own, and take $500,000 and have that in cash where it's protected and safe. That doesn't mean cash under your bed. It means you can have it in a term deposit in the bank, somewhere where it's a real type A investment. It's low risk with a lower return, but it is very safe. The other $500,000, so the other $500,000, could be in the asset classes I like to invest in, which could be property, real estate, whether it's residential or commercial. It could be shares, or in America they call them stocks. It could be in bonds, mutual funds, precious metals. There's all kinds of art, precious things that you could invest in. Then by the time I'm 55 or 60, I might reevaluate that net asset position and then change it. So I have 60%, which would be 600,000, or ideally my asset position would have grown in cash to protect myself. So it's really saying as you get older, you've got less years to earn money because you're looking at retiring, so therefore we want to protect what you've earned so far. So that's a cash age percentage rule with an example for you.
Now, tip number 2 is what we call the power of the purchase pause. And if you've ever bought something randomly and then maybe gone on to regret it because it was kind of like an impromptu
what
purchase.
we call an impulse buy. An impulse buy.
And you go, what did I buy that for? That's where we apply the power of the purchase pause. Even worse, you may have done that and done it not even off your own money, perhaps on your credit card, which really doesn't link into your own wealth creation plan, or it's not enhancing your financial future. So how you apply the power of the purchase pause is, if it's not going to help you as CFO achieve the goals that you've set out to achieve, don't buy it.
Yeah.
Pause.
So I'll give you an example. You walk into a store and you need to buy a shirt because you're going out. You end up buying 4 shirts and 2 pairs of pants, which you don't really need, and you use your credit card to do it. As Tommy said, Chief Financial Officer should know in his head what his goals are, what his wealth creation plan is. Mm-hmm. So when making decisions, you get logical, not emotional, and you take a pause and go, do I really need this? Is this going to help me achieve my wealth creation goals? And particularly if you're buying with money that's not yours, it's not. So therefore, just buy the shirt, damn it. So I'm sure you have some examples of that. So that's the power of the purchase pause. The next bonus tip we have for you is when you look at your debts or your liabilities and you're getting your finances sorted and you're becoming financially intelligent now that you're aware that you're Chief Financial Officer, you may work out that you have some debts. You look down and you go, look, there's a couple of debts here. Always identify which is the debt with the greatest debt disease. So which one's going to affect your healthy financial position the worst? So which is the worst disease? So that could be like a credit card that you've racked up for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and you're paying an interest rate of say 22 or 24% on that. So, and you have a look at some of your other debts, and they're not as bad as that. So that's actually the worst disease that you need to eliminate and terminate. So bonus tip number 3 is when you're getting your finances sorted and you're stepping up and becoming large and in charge as a financial superstar, then make sure that you work out which is the greatest disease and then terminate it.
Fantastic. Now, wealth creation tip number 4 is that coins are precious metals.
That they can be.
Meaning that obviously you treat your money with respect. And obviously what you're going to do there is take your coins and you may decide that you'd like to allocate your coins to charity. You shared a great story with me.
I'll give you an example. Okay, so when you go out and buy stuff, quite often you get change and you put it in your pocket or your wallet or wherever. A lot of people just use their coins. What we mean when coins are precious metals is those coins can help accelerate your asset position. I've done this myself, but I had a friend share with me a story the other day where he had a big empty protein tub, 1 kilo of like whey protein powder. So what he would do is he'd put his coins in this tub. So he'd get home the day and go, I've got some coins in my pocket or my wallet, they're annoying me. And he would put them in this tub. The tub ended up full. Like, he's a big, strong guy, and he said it was pretty funny. He had to take it down to the bank and put it in their special coin counter, and it was $1,600 in there. So his coins really were precious metals. So that's $1,600 he could choose to put in a managed fund, pay off a bad debt, use for a holiday, whatever his system of allocation is. So coins really are precious metals. So that could be something you start. You'd be quite surprised at how quickly those coins add up. So coins are precious metals, which leads us into the next tip, Tommy. I'll share this one because my mate was taking me through it. It's called, he called it 5 for future, 5 for fortune. And really where this came about, it's an extension of the coins, a precious metal bonus tip we're sharing, where he took it one step further and wasn't spending his $5 notes. So anytime you got a $5 note, he's like, particularly if he went and gave someone a $20 note to buy a packet of gum and a bottle of water, and they gave him 3 $5 notes. It's like, he's like, oh, well, there goes that $20. So what he'd do is he'd just take these $5 notes, put them in his little shoebox, and I was at his house when he goes, here, catch. And he had a big rubber band. It was about that thick, and it was just all $5 notes. So it was, I think, like $2,000 or something like that. So he had his coins, and he also had this big thing of $5 notes. So that's something you might want to have a play with as well. If you're in America where they have $1 notes, because in Australia where we are, we have $1 coins and $2 coins, you may use that strategy.
Now, number 6 is what to do with the bonus dollars. So the guys may have had, for instance, a tax return come in that was $1,000, or you may have had, for instance, got a bonus or something like that.
Great bonus.
Having a plan for what to do with that.
Won $500 at the races.
Won $500
bonus
at the races. Bonus bucks. And what we do is invest part of that into our current lifestyle, and then part of that, obviously, into the future lifestyle.
Yeah, part being half.
Being half. So
50%
50% into your current lifestyle, and 50% being another $500 into your future lifestyle, rather than just treating it as like empty money and blowing it.
So, for example, $500 at the races, you go, right, I'm going to take 50% of that, which is $250, and I'm going to have a bit of fun. We're going to go out for dinner, take the family out, buy the kids some toys, maybe some new Star Wars figures. They're pretty awesome. And then you go, and $250 I'm going to use to treat that bad debt. That credit card example we used before, or it could be $250 you buy some extra stocks or shares that you like the look of. So that's your bonus bucks. And I guess the last step, and we've referred to this again and again, is all about accountability. Now, accountability and having a meeting between the Chief Executive Officer of You Proprietary Limited and the Chief Financial Officer of You Proprietary Limited. So that means once a week or whatever works for you, planning into your schedule to sit down and have a look at what's going on with your money and making sure that you identify the helpful habits and praise yourself for what you've done well that in the last 7 days to move you towards those that vision that you set as the Chief Executive Officer of You Proprietary Limited, and that vision of what a fantastic life is for you, and making sure you're doing the right things, and also to identifying any hurtful habits that may have crept in or some mistakes that you may have made, inspecting regularly your managed funds and your shares, and making sure you keep an eye on it because you want to have a good, strong awareness of how everything's progressing. That's what we mean by accountability, and that bonus tip number 7 is making sure that you have that regular meeting. And many of you may have a wealth creation mentor or mentor. Tommy and I share with each other what we're doing, what's happening with our investments and what our plans are as well, so that's quite helpful.
Yep.
You have your band of brothers, which we talked about in another video, where you can teach each other lessons and help each other out and support each other. And you may even employ someone who's an expert. I have a friend or a couple of friends who are wealth creation or financial planners, and they're great as well. So you can actually employ their services, and they'll help you out. So there you go. There's 7 more bonus tips to help you get your ass set and get a strong asset position, and making sure that you're having a great lifestyle, enjoying the money that you've got coming in, your income, and also managing your expenses as you design your very own version of a fantastic life.
Have a fantastic day.
May have a fantastic day and enjoy that wealth.
Fantastic.